The 12 First Nations of the Robinson Superior Treaty are rejecting a $3.6 billion compensation offer from the Crown after the Supreme Court of Canada found that Ottawa and the province grossly underpaid their treaty partners for at least 150 years. The First Nations say it falls well short of what they expected and what's fair. They're now taking the governments back to court. Jaden Billick has the story.
We're very resilient people, and we're going to continue with our struggles, and we're going to keep advancing our arguments and our position in the courts.
12 Northern First Nations have shot down a multi-billion-dollar offer from the federal and provincial government. After 6 months of Supreme Court-imposed negotiations failed to secure an agreement, the Crown made a $3.6 billion compensation offer to make up for at least 150 years of underpayment, as treaty annuities haven't increased since being set at $4 a person per year in 1875. The $3.6 billion is well short of the $10 billion settlement that the Crown reached with First Nations in the Robinson-Huron Treaty area in 2023. Gull Bay First Nation Chief Wilfred King says this disappointing offer continues 175 years of broken promises, lies, and neglect.
The First Nations, really thought that the Supreme Court rendered a decision that would assist us in terms of seeking justice through the courts and through a negotiated process. And many of our First Nations are very disappointed with what the end result was after 6 months of hard negotiations on our part. And yet we feel the other parties did not come to the table with open hearts and did not act in a just and honorable way.
The First Nations feel the wealth taken from their territory isn't adequately addressed by this offer. They estimate the value of resources extracted is around $135 billion.
This is a Supreme Court ruling, and it's a treaty that has constitutional protection. So we feel that right now there is no constitutional compliance, and we feel that the court will have to rule on that matter.
The First Nations are taking the matter back to court, and there could be a first hearing as early as June. The governments will still pay out the $3.6 billion right away as the latest legal process plays out. That means 6 of the First Nations will get their money as quickly as possible. The other 6 also have outstanding land claim titles, which will delay these payouts. Neither provincial nor federal government officials were available for an interview on the settlement. Jaden Billick, TBT News.